What is going on, guys? And now that you're familiar with what are conditions and what they are used for, let's see how we can use them and implement them in C programming language. Let's start with our previous congratulations example where we had to get a grade as an input, and if this grade equals or higher than 60, then we just printed out congratulations. Otherwise, printed out a failed try again message. And if we know that we write this program in C language, let's first of all start with our well-known parts. So let's use the includes, include stdio.h and include stdlib. These are basically the two default includes that we've seen in code blocks in our code examples in the previous videos. And now we also know that we need some starting point, right? Perhaps we can also write this main thing already, the int main and the curly brackets to hold the block of commands. Great. And now we know that we have to get the grade as an input from the user. So let's first of all declare this variable, use int grade. We created a variable called grade and it's of type int. And then we will simply read the value from the user using scanf and hold this value inside of this variable. And up until now, everything seems to be as usual, right? Nothing new. So I think that's the time we should add the condition. And actually that's pretty simple. We just write the if statement and afterwards we specify the condition in the parentheses. So the condition in this case is simply if grade equals or higher than 60. And now we can specify the commands that should be executed once the condition happens to be true. So in this case, we should simply use the printf command to just display a congratulations message on the screen if the grade is actually higher or equals to 60. So that's all good and nice, and if we currently build and run this program, then this program will be just capable of printing out a congratulations message only if the result of the condition is true. If the result of the condition is false, alright, so basically nothing will happen here. The program just will read the value from the user, but it will not print anything to the screen. You may try to run this code at home, simply enter, I don't know, 50 and see what happens. And you probably will see that nothing will happen. So that's why you would like to specify in the condition itself what commands should be executed if the result of the condition is false, right? We have here what will happen if the result is true, if the result of the condition is true. We also want to specify what will happen if the result of the condition is false. So how can we do it? How can we print the failed try again message to the screen if the condition is false? You simply should add the else section, meaning all the commands that will happen if the grade is less than 60. So then you will just print failed try again, and there you go. And actually that's pretty simple, right? Nothing complicated, just an if and a bunch of commands that may be executed based on the result if it's true, and an else, some other commands that may be executed if the result of the condition is false. So now I want us to get over this code line by line and make sure that we fully understand its flow, meaning what lines are going to be executed before and after, and simply how the program, your computer is going to execute this code. And before you finish, just don't forget to add the return 0 at the end to specify that the program has been terminated successfully. Alright, so the steps are as follows. We first of all start in the main block. Then we declare our first variable, the int grade. Then we read the value from the user by using the scanf function, and let's say that the value in this case was, I don't know, something like 90. And now we should just use the condition and ask if grade is greater or equals to 60, which happens to be true, and if that's the case, we print the congratulations message to the screen. And then, of course, we skip the else part because it should only be executed when the condition is false, which is not the case. and you just return the 0, and there you go. That was basically the flow for how your computer will execute this code line by line if the grade received from the user will equal to 90 in this case. And now let's take a look at the flow of the program when we receive a grade that is actually less than 60. So you create a variable as previously, and then you read the value of the grade, which in this case we assume that it will be just 50, let's say. And then you come to the condition section, which in this case happens to be false, right? 50 is not greater than 60. So if it's not true, you don't run the print congratulations message to the screen. You simply move to the else section. And now you execute the commands of the else block. You simply print failed try again message. Then you move on to the return 0, and there you go, your program is complete. So that basically was, guys, the second flow of how the computer will run this code if a given grade from the user is actually less than 60. So it will not run, it will not execute the code under the if section, it will simply go to the else and just execute the printf command stated there. So now you know the flow of your code when using control flow mechanism. It's a very important concept, guys, and I'm glad that now you know the general concept as well as how it is being executed and implemented in C programming language. I wish you good luck in this section, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.